This is an early model Theis Modular Synthesizer, or TMSS, built in Germany around 20 years ago by Horst Theis. There's not a huge amount of information about this instrument online, and it seems reasonably rare, which is intriguing enough, but there's something about this particular unit that makes it very special indeed, and that is who it originally belonged to. A Mr. Richard D. James, who is of course Aphex Twin. In fact, it even has an old label on the side noting Richard's name, a postcode that locates to Elephant and Castle, and an old London landline and a mobile number. Now, I'm pretty sure Richard no longer lives or works at this location and that the phone numbers are long since disconnected, but just in case, I'm not going to plaster them on the internet. And in case you're wondering, was I tempted to try calling them? Yes. Did I? No, because I imagine the phone call would go something like this.
Hello?
So, what is the Theis Modular Synthesizer? Well, it's an analog synthesizer, with the exception of the LFOs, which are digital, and it's almost entirely modular, although it has a few normal connections. There's two voltage-controlled oscillators with breakouts for the waves, including subdivisions, a mixer section for combining those waves, a filter that is unashamedly labelled Moog filter, an amp section which has stereo outputs on the rear with panning, two envelopes with positive, inverted and bipolar outputs, two quite comprehensive digital LFOs, and a bunch of jack connections for control signals and audio signals. From what I can find, this initial version came out in 2002, and Horst continued to refine and develop the concept, and there were numerous modules beyond the basic set that I have here. Now, I don't know what songs, if any, Aphex Twin used it on. Actually, I could call him to ask. Okay, let's start by having a quick listen to the raw sound. I'm just going to run a basic sequence through it and add some percussion from my Roland modular. Pretty cool, it has that gritty analog sound and the functionality is interesting even on a small system like this. In terms of build quality, it feels cheap and homemade, and from certain angles it reminds me of catering equipment from my days working in kitchens as a student. In fact, my Roland modular dates from the late 70s and early 80s and is a good 20 years older than the Theis, and yet it's the latter that looks like it emerged from the depths of history with a distressed appearance. But perhaps that's just what happens when you hang out in Aphex Twin's studio. So to finish up, I'm going to try it out in a contextual setting and see what it sounds like. Thank you for watching.